Hello everyone. In this video we are going to continue on our discussion of our alias command. So people who are accustomed or familiar to Microsoft DOS command line, they can take a huge advantage of the alias command. So they can make new commands on Linux that are very similar to the Microsoft DOS commands. So for example, people who use Microsoft DOS know that dir is the same like ls. So dir command is used the same way like list is used or ls is used for Linux. So they can make an alias called dir. And now if I go to my root directory, for example, and now they will just say dir, and it will just list everything the same way like ls, right? And also people who use Microsoft DOS, they are more familiar with copy, so they will just say copy instead of cp. And now if I go to my desktop, for example, and I create let's say I create directory 1 and I create touch file 1, so now I can use the copy command. So initially dir1 is empty, right? So I can use the new alias command, which is copy, to copy file 1 to directory 1. And now if I open my directory 1, I can see file 1. Awesome. Also, people who use the Microsoft DOS command are more familiar with the command rename. So I can use rename equal mv. So now I can rename file 1, for example, to file 2. I'll say file 1, file 2. And here you go. It's called file 2 now. Also, people are more familiar with the md command who use Windows DOS, right? So alias md, same thing as mkdir. So they can create a new command called md that is the same thing like in Microsoft DOS. Instead of mkdir, they can use md. So now I can use md the same way I can use mkdir, so I can create new directories. Yeah, as you can see. So Windows users now can take all the fear that they have from Linux and they can feel at home. So Windows users can feel at home now while using the Linux command line. Also, so let's go to directory 1 and remove file 1. So now list, yeah. So right now I can use another alias command which Windows users like, which is rd, to remove empty directories. So rd will be the same like rmdir. So now I can use rd directory 1. Oh, sorry, I have to go back, and then rd dir 1. And here you go. So now I have many alias commands, right? I have dir that I created. It will list everything I have. I also have md, which creates new directories. I also have rd, which remove directories. And I also have copy, so copy file 2 to directory 2. And as you can see, now you see file 2. So yeah, Windows users now can feel at home while using the Linux command line. Okay, so this is one use of the alias command, is that you can pretty much customize your commands to feel like home, to feel like at home, right? Okay, another thing that I thought about is language barriers, right? So sometimes, for example, a German speaker, he will be more familiar with the word datum, right? So datum is the same like is a German word for date. So he can make an alias called datum equal date. And now every time he wants to display the date, he can say datum. and here you go. And also German users can use the word copy instead of copy. So he can make an alias word called copy, which is the German word for copy, right? So now you can say copy file to directory 3, and now as you see, yeah. So yeah, there is infinite possibilities with the alias command. You can create any command that does anything that you want depending on your needs, and it's only limited by your creativity, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys now realize the potential and the power of the Linux command line. Ciao!